Let's see what game I should play today. Remember me. What the hell is this? When did this get on my hard drive? I don't even remember playing this. Well, I can fix that problem.
For that shit, I don't know what the hell game that was. Probably sucked anyways. It's time for a real game. On a real system. It's time for 18-wheeler American Pro Trucker.
Eighteen-wheeler American Pro Trucker is another wacky game from Sega AM2 and published by Sega. The game was first released in arcades back in 1999, then ported to the Dreamcast in 2001. It was also later released for the PlayStation 2 in 2001 and the GameCube in 2002 by Acclaim Entertainment after the Dreamcast's untimely demise. And what you're seeing is the Dreamcast version of the game, obviously. Story-wise, you select your trucker and go across the US of A, delivering things and making money, all while being timed and having to race through checkpoints to earn more time, or smash certain vehicles that give you more time. In arcade mode, you have around 4 truckers or so to choose from. I've already forgotten their names, though, as of this recording, so yeah. But each trucker has their own respective truck and different stats. And at each stage, you race against this asshole to your destination. He's pretty much your rival, apparently, in this game, and will be across all the stages, and if you beat him, you get bonus money. Also, at the start of each stage, you can select what trailer or load you're going to take. The harder one obviously pays more, but I imagine it's also harder? I guess the time is shorter or something, I'm not really sure. I didn't really have any issues with either. So, pro tip, just go with hard. Get more money. And also, when you beat your rival, you'll also get the chance to play a weird parking level in between each stage, and if you park correctly in the certain amount of time, you get bonus time for the next stage. You can also unlock different items. I honestly have no idea what any of these did except for the horn. I just made a different horn sound for your truck. Yay! The game also has other modes, including time attack mode, where you get a number of different tracks and race 3 laps around them and smash your rival up. Seriously, fuck that guy. As well as the vehicles that give you bonus money. And you pretty much race throughout the checkpoints once again and just win. The game also has a 2-player mode of some kind, but I couldn't access it since I didn't have a second controller, or anyone willing to sit down and play this with me. But, fun times if you're by yourself. You've also got a parking mode, which gives you the exciting task of parking your semi-trucks in various ways to a timer. Woo! So on that high note, let's start things off with the good. Probably the best thing about this game is the destructible environments as you're seeing on screen, and just the over-the-top factor of the game in general. Sega AM2 always seemed to go above and beyond with the crazy factor in their games, and it's a pretty fun arcade game overall. The controls themselves are also really solid and self-explanatory. Right trigger for gas, left for brake, the A button to switch from low to high gears, and B to switch to reverse. I don't really have any issues with any of the controls in this game, and it felt pretty smooth throughout playing it. And my favorite thing about this game, and my favorite mode, is still probably the time attack mode, or score attack, or whatever you want to call it. It never got old smashing through houses as my rival, and winning each of the stages. This is a great stress relief game right here. And as I was saying earlier, this is a real fun pick-up-and-play style of arcade game, which is great for short bursts. And speaking of short, it's time for the bad. Now, one word of warning about this game is really short. You can pretty much beat the arcade mode, time attack mode, and the parking stuff in under 2 hours, no problem. This game is really lacking in content. Each mode in this game only has roughly 4 stages, and even when picking the hard trailers, I had little to no issue beating each stage. So overall, this game is extremely easy, short, and you'll be topping the lonely scoreboard in only a few hours. I'd recommend you don't spend a lot of money on this game, or don't play the arcade machine or something, if you even have an arcade nearby. On a more minor note, the game also has a number of invisible wall areas where I thought I could find a particular shortcut, and instead was just auto-directed back onto the road, or I just hit an invisible wall. But worst of all, the music is awful. Sega are usually known for having great soundtracks in their games, but holy shit, this was clearly the exception. The main menu is literally just this. And looping every 30 seconds. This is literally what you're greeted with when you start the game up. And the radio in this game, if you can call it that, isn't much better. So you probably want to mute the music in no time at all. But with that being said, let's move on to the ugly, where I discuss the graphics. Overall, graphically for a 1999 arcade game ported to the Dreamcast, this game looks pretty damn decent. I like the attention to details in the cab of the vehicles, from all the things moving around as you turn and such, and the trucks themselves look pretty decent. Best of all, though, are easily the environments and the stages of this game. My personal favorite being the one with the giant-ass tornado that happens and you can just casually drive through it with no fucks given. Although the game only has 4 stages, they're all pretty varied in design and have different shortcuts that were pretty enjoyable. So overall, it's solid, but obviously dated looking. So at the end of the day, 18-Wheeler American Pro Trucker is an okay arcade game, and easy to pick up and play, and in my opinion to be enjoyed by almost anyone. Just make sure you mute the music. And you can find this game online nowadays for cheap, easily around $5 to $10, but I wouldn't recommend paying any more than that. This game can be done and over with in easily a simple afternoon or a few hours. Now for my rating, I give 18-Wheeler American Pro Trucker on the Sega Dreamcast a solid 18 bald eagles flying in the shape of a semi-truck. Out of semi-truck. It's cool to look at for a moment or two, but not as cool as an actual semi-truck.
Hey, hurry up! Tyrone, you made it! Excellent job! That's your job done! You